Trying to get my torch set up so I don't smoke the camera. Well, welcome to the new shop, or new art studio. My wife and I recently bought a house, and that house had had to have a nice garage in it, so I could start working. Most of the actual art studio's behind the camera. Back there is just where I park my car. But before we moved, I made this bronze rose. It was the first bronze flower, the first flower I had ever made. And I'm not very good at it, you know, but I'm learning. So I put this away. You know, it's way outside my wheelhouse. I usually do Star Wars sculptures and more hard stuff, not so much organics. And my wife saw this, and she was like, "Hey, I want to put that on my desk at work. You know, I really want to. I want to display that up at my work." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want this thing out in public. You know, it's not to the standard at which I want my work." And then I realized that this rose is kind of important in the sense that, yeah, it's not very good, not the best, but it represents a oh, hey, Dee, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm glad you like the beard. It makes me look way older. It adds 10, 15 years to me. But why try to hide it, you know? So anyway, I guess my point is, this rose being the first rose I've made represents a step in my journey. Yeah, it's not where I want to be, and it's not very good, but it still represents a step in me learning. So I should not hide these mistakes. I should not, you know, throw it away, or honestly, I should be more okay with it. And she'd be like, yeah, sure, you can keep this, you can have it, you can display it, because it's a step. And then after I've made 200 roses, I can look back and say, hey, look at that first one. I've come so far. You know, I'm not going to make 200 roses, but you get the idea. But yeah, I'm working with my torch. It's propane and oxygen. I don't have acetylene. And I haven't done much torch work in my day. I've done mainly TIG work, TIG welding work, but I don't have a TIG machine right now. I don't have a DC or AC TIG, so I'm doing torch work, which, you know, it's been a hole in my game, so I need to definitely fill that hole. So this is it. Sitting here trying to make these tiny bronze thorns on a 1/4-inch steel rose stem. It's a challenge because, you know, when you get toward the tip of the thorn, it wants to melt and really just, like, you know, fall over. So trying to control your heat. So it's like I need this big torch to heat the 1/4-inch steel up, but once I get to the end of the thorn, I need to go to a jeweler's torch. And how has everybody been? An aluminum rose. Did you make that aluminum rose yourself? I have not done much work with aluminum, other than drilling and just milling, not a lot of welded work. I was filming a video to put on my channel, and I thought, you know, let's just go live. I haven't been live in several years, and I've never been live with a phone. I've always gone live with a bigger camera. But I thought, why not? I'm sitting here doing this. Just thought I'd see who's out there, see what's going on. I think I'm using too much flux. I'm using this bronze flux number 2. I think I'm using way too much, if I had to be honest. There we go. Such a narrow heat window. It's like it starts to flow, and then if I don't get off of it quick enough, it just completely puddles. Completely puddles. Having that breakfast this morning, I got the shakes. Going live is always exciting. It's always sort of strange to put yourself out there, you know, to let other people into your space. People that you don't necessarily see every day or know. It's a different thing. But yeah, I've got a real nice studio now. I will be making a lot more content, a lot more different stuff. I want to build a battery wall for the house out of cells, or battery cells, lithium-ion cells from a Jaguar. So that's not art or sculpting. That's going to be a little bit of a departure, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully, if I dig it, hopefully you guys dig it. Here we go. And then I'll have to refine that with a file. That's good enough there. Richard Holmberg, how are you? You have a steel daisy that you made at work out of scraps. Yep, I realized I'd been doing metalwork for over a decade, and I had not made a metal flower, which I think is because of my love of sci-fi. You know, my first big sculpture was my AT-AT mailbox from Star Wars. I just hopped right past the basics, which is like, you know, making flowers and stuff. So it was a big hole in my game. So now I'm trying to close that up and go back and visit some of these, you know, more organic shapes. What I'm struggling with now is I need to protect my eyes from the torch, but I need to wear cheaters because I really can't see. So if I double up with my cheaters and they fog up, you know. Yeah, it's the cost of getting old, I guess. So have any of you struggled with making something, trying something new, and that thing not being very good, and you want to trash it or get rid of it, or, you know, not let anybody see it? I think it's a pretty common feeling for most people to have. But really, if you think about it, the mistakes are where most of the learning comes from. Trying and failing, not giving up, trying again, and saying, well, that didn't work. So much emphasis has been in our society put on being perfect and not making mistakes, or saying mistakes are bad, or, you know, you're not allowed to make mistakes. I really think that mistakes are where it's at. I am not doing too good with this one. I'm going to use a file, a jeweler's file, and a Scotch-Brite wheel to polish these up and clean up all the boogers, hide the crimes, as Adam Savage would say. I will hide all my crimes by grinding down the mistakes. Come on, come on. This is definitely a lesson in heat control. That is for sure. Like 1 second too much, and these thorns just roll right over, turn into blobs. That might work. I can clip off the end. So what? Hi. What I'm trying to achieve is something kind of like that, you know? That's a decent thorn. Then they turn into something like this where they get kind of blobby. And that one's a complete failure. I'll try to sculpt something out of it. That's one that's not been shaped. I just put that on there. So it looks like, well, we're not gonna say what it looks like because it looks like something that's not politically correct. And then there's another one. I think I'm using too much flux. That's what I think I'm doing. The flux, Richard, thank you. Thank you, but that's cleaned up, man. That is filed. Let me get my face out. That's filed and cleaned up. That takes, yeah, going from this booger to this is possible, but I take most of it off. But man, this flux is difficult to get off. Do any of you have any experience dealing with bronze flux number 2? Now, it helps it stick, you know, it helps it wet onto the steel, but my goodness, it is even a grinder. It's almost like glass. Even a grinder won't necessarily get it off. Yeah. So I will finish this. I thought about putting a leaf on it. I might. I really don't know. I thought about it, but I'll wrap this up today. Give this back to my wife so she can take it to work and put it on her desk. And I'll make another one eventually. But yeah, it's good to get used to using my torch. I need to read the manual. I know there's all kinds of different flames. There's oxidizing flames and cutting flames, and I don't know what any of those flames are. I'm just trying to watch the heat, you know. I do know that this flame here is a lot hotter than the others. It seems to really heat up fast. So Richard, what are you up to today? I am in Missouri, right on the Kansas and Missouri border. So weather's real pretty today. It's kind of humid, but I have the shop door closed because it's noisy outside, lots of traffic. Otherwise, I'd have the shop door open. I've been suffering I've been struggling the past couple of years with trying to figure out what to film. You know, you go through the whole decision paralysis where there's so many things you want to make, yet you don't know I don't know what the audience would like. So you end up doing nothing, which is really a shame. So I just think I'm going to, you know, put the camera on when I'm out here. Put the camera on, turn the camera on. Third shift winding down, Richard says. Yeah, man, I work for the railroad during my day job. I've been there 21 years now. And third shift was not my favorite. I am not one of those people that that excels at third shift. I have some friends that love third shift, would do nothing but third shift. I never was. I was more of a day walker than a night walker. Yeah. I'm on call 24/7, so I do work the occasional third shift, but I'm very lucky that the position that I'm in, most of the jobs that I work are daylight jobs. Daylights are afternoons. Some, you know, will be first or second shift, but we don't work a lot of nights up here, which I do enjoy that. I gotta watch this vise. This vise is gonna get hot, and the paint's gonna start peeling. Ooh. I do want to replace my mailbox. I'm going to do a ATST from Star Wars, if I have any Star Wars fans out there. The two-legged chicken walker. Yeah, I had an AT mailbox in the previous house, but I'm going to do an ATST here. That's going to be my first big project. Also, I want to build a downdraft table. This shop is really clean. This art studio. Got to get out of the word. I got to get out of the mindset of calling it a shop. It's an art studio. My studio is clean, and I want to keep it that way. And as you know, when you do metalwork, it's just so dirty. So dust control is big on my priorities of what to do. So downdraft table that I can cut and weld on, and will suck most of the dust and debris down and out of the shop. I'll probably vent it out the building versus having a big HEPA filter. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I'm trying my best not to cook the phone. It's like right there, so it would be easy to do. That one got blobby. I'll have to use a file and trim it down. But it's really about just trying to deposit bronze onto the steel and have it flow and wet in a way that looks natural. Looks like the thorn grew out of the steel. Anyway, yep, this is my morning. Trying to learn how to make these thorns. I'll clean them up. I probably won't go live for the cleanup. It'll be too loud. The grinder will be too loud. Yeah, as I was learning, I thought, well, let's talk about mistakes. Making them okay. They need to be okay. That's where we learn, is mistakes. Got too hot there, too much heat. Roll it over. Yeah. I see 6 of you. Who else is out there? Say hi, don't be shy. Yeah, the new art studio. Hung my welding helmets. Got these shelves up. Oh man, my coffee got cold. Yep, that's that. Richard, if you have any questions before I go, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stay. I don't know if you're still here or not. Either way, yep, that's that. Grind these thorns down, clean this rose up, give it to my wife, go from there. I just had one fall off in my lap. It's made from a cymbal, a musical cymbal that I found in the trash. So. Pieces falling out of it. I appreciate you guys joining me on this first live stream in years and years and years. And I've never done it on a phone. I've always had a camera and a computer. From trash to treasure, he says. Yeah, I really like recycling stuff. I got some the rest of it. gnarly it is. So that was one rose. So I could, in theory, I could make a couple more. I got on the other side of it. So actually buying cymbals on like Facebook Marketplace, I've found, I think it's actually cheaper if you're looking for steel or bronze or brass. Buying old used musical cymbals is cheaper than buying sheet brass or, you know, from a metal supply place. So I'll definitely do that. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna get on getting on. Have a good day. Richard, get some sleep. Catch y'all later.